Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today is July 27th, and right now we are looking at the visible satellite imagery. You can see we've got some of that marine layer hit and miss yet again this morning. But if I back this up through yesterday, take a look at all that thunderstorm activity across some of the Sierra Nevada, Northeast California. Actually had a couple thunderstorms right here off to the west of I-5 as well. If I click Ghost Arrived, you'll be able to see that thunderstorm activity. See those lightning strikes kind of embedded there. That is a false echo or a false return. False reading. And you can see that thunderstorm activity that moved up across portions of Nevada as well, and some of the Oregon ones went overnight. Then we come back out towards this morning, and we're going to be doing some of that thunderstorm stuff again here over the next few days. We'll take a look at that. We'll take a look at some of the temperatures across the region. We'll take a look at some of the extended forecasts. We'll look to see where we've been the last 2 months as well. So taking a look here over the last 24 hours shouldn't be a surprise with what I just showed you. So there we go, lightning strikes over the last 24 hours. Home weather station, this one is great. It does its own lightning detection system. Click on the link down below if you want to buy one of those. You won't regret it. Here's the high resolution rapid refresh. Let's scroll through the day today and see where the thunderstorms are supposed to develop. You can see maybe up towards the California-Oregon border, some of the Siskiyous there getting some lightning activity. Doesn't show too much coverage for the Sierra Nevada today. Maybe some of the east slopes as we go through this evening, but you kind of see it favoring southeast Oregon, some of northwest Nevada. But we will get that ongoing through this upcoming week. Now we're going to scroll through tomorrow here as well and pop up some of those showers. Again, similar areas to today. Now, taking a look at the high resolution rapid refresh, looks like a new fire has started here just abeam the Bay Area back towards the foothills of the Sierra Nevada. The Orleans complex still producing some smoke. I'll scroll back and forth through here and you can kind of see some of that smoke being brought down across some of the foothill areas. It's not a lot there, but if you're in the vicinity of it, of course, that's not much of a reassurance. But yeah, you can see it flaring up during the afternoon hours. And it looks like that is this fire right here, which is the Boneyard fire. Looks like it's only a couple hundred acres right now, already getting some of that contained. So hopefully they can get that fire out quickly. We'll recheck on that tomorrow to see if that fire continues to grow. Now, chance of thunderstorms here for Sunday does include Red Bluff, Redding, Mount Shasta, Wairika, Lava Beds, Alturas, Chester, Quincy, Truckee, just actually outside of Quincy here. But watch out for that dangerous lightning. And this is going to be, again, a recurring theme as we go through this week. And this is Medford, which does cover portions of Northern California. Got red flag warnings out there again for some isolated dry thunderstorm activity here. So the fuels are very receptive, and these are not producing a lot of precipitation. So any lightning strikes could really start some of these fires. If I click on that, you can kind of see it highlighted across Northern California, including Wairika and some of the I-5 corridor just north of Mount Shasta. Again, thunderstorm outlook here for today. There's for tomorrow. We look at isolated dry thunderstorm potential here for today as well. And we don't have the excessive rainfall outlook anymore overlapping that. So if we look at the European and go through the next few days, it shows the coverage probably a little bit better than what the HER was showing, the high resolution model here. So it does show some of these thunderstorms popping off across the Sierra Nevada. So a little bit of a model battle there. We'll see which one wins. We go on in through Monday afternoon. This is tomorrow. You see, again, probably not as much coverage, but still showing those showers out there. And we go through Tuesday as well, thunderstorm activity. We go to Wednesday. Again, we kind of pick up some of the coverage of that as we go through Wednesday afternoon. And again, you guessed it, rinse and repeat here for Thursday for some of Northern California. Then we go on in through Friday coming up here. We're going to get a break. Nope, not really. Siskiyous again under the gun for some of that lightning activity. Now, total precipitation in inches, as you can imagine, I'm going to scroll through this pretty quickly here because we don't have much precipitation elsewhere. Weak monsoon season signal here, and I'll show you the extended forecast on that here in a moment. But yeah, you can see not much precipitation elsewhere except for some of the higher terrain associated with those thunderstorms. Now, daily 2-meter maximum temperature. Let's scroll through today, Sunday, July 27th. Taking a look at some 90s out there, lower 90s. Desert areas always warm this time of year, of course. We go through Monday, Tuesday. A little bit of a warm up coming up as we go through the early portion of the week. And we go through midweek here, but it's nothing too excessive, although we do start to get towards 100 degrees for Redding, Red Bluff, and see some of the San Joaquin Valley warming up pretty nicely here as well. Bakersfield getting up towards 98 degrees. The foothills away from the coastal area for some of the Southland. Los Angeles County starting to warm up as well. San Diego, yeah, you're right on the coastline there, so not too much to worry about. Once you get inland, though, it does warm up a bit here as we go through this upcoming week. Then we scroll through the extended forecast. You see no major heat dome as of right now. And if we take a look here, this is almost encompasses all of the meteorological summer. Basically, May 27th, meteorological summer starts on June 1st. But you can see the lower than normal temperatures along the coastal areas, but actually substantially above for some of the interior areas. So when we check back here, for the summertime, California is probably still going to be above average, believe it or not, for the summer temperatures overall. But again, excuse me, some of the coastal areas are definitely going to be below normal, and some of them substantially below normal here. So you can kind of see a big difference between what's going on the coast versus what's going on across some of the interior areas. And look at the total precipitation here over the last 2 months. Basically, this dark red is basically no precipitation at all. So this is not a percentage or anything. This is actual precipitation amounts that have fallen here. You can see Northern California has been above average, some of that thunderstorm activity, some of the Sierra Nevada, this is not above average. I misspoke there. This is just actual precipitation amounts. So some areas getting up over an inch, inch and a half there, and some of the Sierra Nevada getting up over half an inch. Now, if we take a look here at the European Artificial Intelligence on the left versus the GFS on the right, we're under the influence of this trough, keeping things relatively cool, or, no big heat dome building. But then as we go through the extended forecast, we get this trough finally clearing out of our system here, and then we start to get this ridge building here on the artificial intelligence as we go through the 10-day time period. It's way out there in the forecast, but the models are kind of starting to point at this. The GFS builds a really robust ridge off the west coast of North America, and so does artificial intelligence. This would allow us to warm up. But again, it's way off into the future. We don't have to worry about it too much. But man, I just can't help but marvel at the strength of this ridge that the GFS is showing, which honestly, at times, it can be pretty good at sniffing out some of these unusual patterns on through the extended forecast. So something to watch here. We got plenty of time to worry about it, so it's nothing to get worried about as of yet. It's purely fantasy right now, but kind of an interesting signal and some agreement between some of the models on that. And if we look at the GFS, you can look at this upper level low just doing the funky chicken here out over the open water, spinning, bobbing, and weaving. And then as that trough gets out of here, look at that ridge just get established. We just absolutely hit the edge of this chart down here. And yeah, that ridge would be fairly substantial here. This would be a big newsmaker here for the west coast of North America. So we'll watch that over the next few days. And just one more thing here, 850 millibar temperatures. Watch how we would warm up under that scenario. It gets kind of crazy. So anyway, take a look at the European ensemble mean versus the European deterministic run, yesterday afternoon's runs. Let's see what it has to say about the future coming up here. Again, there's the funky chicken with upper level low off the coastline, Gulf of Alaska. Then we go through the extended, and maybe do we start to build in some ridging here? Well, not so fast. You can see the ensemble and the European deterministic don't really have it. I mean, this ridge starts to try to get established, but this is way off into the forecast, and it's not really far north across a lot of the west coast of North America. So we'll worry about that as we get closer to it. Now, 2-meter temperature anomaly on the European artificial intelligence, which you saw in the extended, built up a pretty robust ridge off the coastline. So let's scroll through the next couple of weeks here. And as you can see, kind of a mixed bag. Some areas above normal, some areas below normal. But you see that signal there as we go through the 9 to 10 day time period. We still keep the coastal areas cooler than normal, even through the extended forecast. I mean, look at how you warm up across some of the interior regions. You get right away from the immediate coastline, and it looks like it's going to start warming up there. But again, some of the coastal areas, including the Bay Area, still below normal under this regime as we go off into the extended forecast. But again, we'll be breaking this down as we get closer to it. 6 to 10 day, here we go. A little bit of a mixed bag across some of the southwest. Below normal signal here, above normal signal across the Pacific Northwest. 8 to 14 day, we start to get that above normal signal starting to creep in there, and look at that, not good for the monsoon season signal as we go through August 3rd through 9th. So we'll be watching that as well. And my daughter is a member of the Techers Robots here. If you guys want a good cause to donate to, yeah, check it out. You can read all about them. I'll leave the link down below. Yeah, and you can, of course, tax write-off for any donation that you do. And they did excuse me, they did make the local news up here as well. So a good thing for kids, great cause. So yeah, I told her I would pass this along. It keeps her busy, fun stuff out there. So glad to see it. So anyway, yeah, if you want to donate to that, click on the link down below. What else? We'll keep breaking things down day by day. Hope you guys are having a good day. Otherwise, click like and subscribe. We'll do this all again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.